Wow, look at that. So this is something that's trending. This is a great sign. Like, look at this. So back in 2019, it was 1400, and now look at this. That over time, that's like almost tripled. So I don't know whether is this like psychedelic mushrooms, I wonder, or is it kind of just like, I don't know, what other kind, do people just grow regular mushrooms in their garden to eat them? All right, everyone. So let's dive in and let's do some product research. I'm going to be starting from helium 10. So if you don't have helium 10, maybe use Jungle Scout, maybe use something similar, sorry. But we use helium 10. We think for us, it's absolutely essential for our Amazon business. But whatever it is that you're using, you can sort of use similar filters. I'm going to start from here, and I'm just going to go through Amazon. I'm going to start browsing things, and I'm going to kind of explain out loud what my thought process is. How Tom and I sort of like look at products and identify them and understand, how attractive they are in terms of how attractive the niche is in terms of us going into there. So make yourself a cup of tea. It's not going to be a short video. I'm going to try and do at least half an hour. But yeah, hopefully it's good. So let's get into it. So on the main screen here, you've got a bunch of these filters that you can fill in, and people fill these in differently. This is how I do it, and this is how I'm going to do it for the sake of this video. You can do them in a different way, and you will get different results, obviously. And I do sometimes play around with these, but some of the basic stuff that you need to know is your categories. I'm only going to choose 4 because I don't want to get overwhelmed with too many things from different sort of categories. So I'm choosing baby. There's always a ton of product opportunities in baby, and there's obviously a lot of demand. And then we've got home and kitchen, patio, lawn and garden, and sports and outdoors. So hopefully we'll get some interesting stuff to look at. In terms of monthly revenue, I'm going from a minimum of 12,000 and up to 80,000. Sometimes I don't put a cap at this, and sometimes I might do the monthly revenue a little bit smaller. If you're on a smaller budget, you kind of need to look at stuff that's, you're not going to be looking at stuff that's doing $80,000 a month. But just for the sake of this video, this is what I got it on. For the price, minimum, I would say what we want to be looking for is $25. Anything less than that, and you start getting into the territory of your Amazon fees just completely sort of eat everything up, and your profit margin is terrible. Sometimes I don't put a cap on the price, but for the sake of today, I'm going to put $80. And the review rating. So this is something, sometimes you can just leave that blank, but I'm going to put in 4.5. Anything over that, and it's a pretty good product where there's probably not too many issues in the reviews, but you can kind of do whatever you want. Variation count is a pretty big one for me personally. I don't really want to see something that's got 12 different variations, because it probably means that that type of product needs that many variations. It might have different styles or colors or sizes, whatever it is. And I don't want to be doing that with a new product. So I want to be launching something where I can ideally just launch one, and then I can expand if there's an opportunity. But it's very expensive if you try and launch too many. So I've already hit search down here. I've already loaded it up, but this is kind of what I'm looking at. So let's just dive in and have a look and see what we find. So straight away, I'm not really interested in anything like this, because it's it's a chemical. I'm just trying to steer away from stuff like that. It takes a lot of approval. You're generally up against like big brands. This sort of stuff I've looked at before, and it's kind of difficult to sort of differentiate. This one here, what we're looking at here. So this is an easy to use mattress lifter. So let's have a look and see what it is. All right, so it looks like this is some sort of tool for helping you lift up mattresses, saving that poor woman's back. All right, cool. That is cool. I wonder if this looks to me like it could be like a patented product or something like that. Okay, here we are. So patented, made in the USA. It's cool. Let's have a look how much revenue it's doing. I can't remember. So the first thing we want to be doing really is kind of checking out, how much revenue is the product that we're looking at doing. So it's doing 22,000. And let's just see, if we click on this up here, what we can see is the history graph. So it actually looks like 2020, around this time, it sort of peaked here doing 40 a day, and then since then it's been doing 25, 26. It's a decent amount of demand, it's a decent amount of revenue. Obviously the fact that it's patented kind of like massively puts me off, because you wouldn't be able to sell this exact thing. We can also look at the BSR graph. Okay, so it's done pretty well for a while. It's been around since 2018. This to me looks like one of those sort of like made as seen on TV products, right? Which I don't know, it's probably some old couple in Midwest America somewhere that have invented this and then been on Shark Tank or something. But yeah, I'm just going to go back because I don't want to spend too much time on this because it is patented. Perhaps there's other versions of this that people have launched that aren't patented. It kind of looks like there is here. But because of that, this is the patented version and it's only doing 22,000. So I don't want to dwell on this too much. And I kind of want to keep the video going just so I don't bore you guys really. But yeah. Okay, so this is an all-in-one mushroom grow bag. I wonder what type of mushrooms it is. Okay. So, I mean, the first thing for me is I love the fact that it's got one photo. It's just like music to my ears when I see that. So it's a grow bag. Okay, I want to see how much revenue it's doing. So again, I want to go straight in. I want to see what's the demand. If it's doing good revenue, the second thing that I want to look at is I want to see which keywords are driving that revenue. So it looks like it's doing, like 10 a day recently. Okay, so then June, it only does a few a day. That it's not great, but this is kind of a weird product. It's only got one image. I'm intrigued to see kind of what the history of this is. Okay, so you can see it's been around for a couple of years. It kind of does okay. They dropped the price recently. What I want to do is I want to check out the keywords. I want to see what exactly is it for growing like magic mushrooms. I'm not sure. Or could it just be for regular mushrooms? I really don't know what this is. It's kind of weird, but so let's have a look at the keywords. Let's see what it actually ranks for. So in order to do that, yeah, you click on this keywords bit of helium-10 down there. This is one of my favorite things about the tool. You click on that and it will load up the ASIN in a part of the tool, which is called Cerebro. And then basically you can filter this to see what keywords this particular product ranks for. So,
guys, I wanted to interrupt the video just for 1 second to give you some news. So Tom and I, for the past few months, we've been working on a course on how to do product research. And if you're watching this video, it's probably because you're interested in that. Basically, we've created what we think is the most in-depth course on how to find products to sell on Amazon. So if you're interested and you want to check it out, we will be releasing it soon to a limited number of people. So there's a link in the description where you can get more information. But now let's get back to the video.
We can see it's only running 20 sponsored keywords, so it's not running a ton of PPC. 545 organic keywords, and what I want to do is I want to see where it's getting its organic sales, right? So I want to filter for where it ranks between 1 and 10, because this is where it's going to be making its organic sales. This is where they're going to be making their money, and I want to see what keywords are driving the sales for this. So the top one here is mushroom grow bag. So this has got 1,000 search volume. So this one's psilocybin mushroom growing kit. It ranks 2 for that. So the search volume for this is 5,000, which is pretty damn healthy. And historically, wow, why is that just suddenly shut up? That's pretty weird. So I wonder why that just shut up all of a sudden there. Is it COVID around that time? No, not in October, right? So this is interesting. I wonder what this is. Like it's suddenly shut up the search volume for that. So mushroom grow bags, 4,500. It ranks second. The first one, I want to check out this one first. I want to check out mushroom grow bags and see what type of products there are there, and how our guy sort of fits in with that. So here's our guy here, who ranks number 2 for that, and then we got this one. So it looks like we got like a mixture of sort of results here. We've got these ones here. These ones. I want to see. So now, so we know this keyword here as like 4,500 searches a month, right? And it looks like for some reason recently, if it's the same, it kind of recently. Wow, look at that. So this is something that's trending. This is a great sign. Like, look at this. So back in 2019, it was 1,400, and now look at this. That over time, that's like almost tripled. So it has tripled. So this is cool. That this looks like it's something it's a trend that is growing. More people are sort of getting into this. I don't know whether is this like psychedelic mushrooms, I wonder, or is it kind of just like, I don't know, what other kind, do people just grow regular mushrooms in their garden to eat them? Okay, so let's have a look at this. So you got this one. This is the one that we found originally on Helium 10. Then you got this one. Is it the same? Is it the same brand? Yeah, this is the same brand. Outgrow doing 25,000. You got this one doing 11,000. What I want to do, I want to turn off the sponsored results here. So let's have a look. We got this one 15, 25, 7,000. Okay, how much is this one doing? So mushroom inject. So it looks like they're these kind of like little bags, and on the front they have some sort of injection port or something like that. But I can't work out what that is on the inside. And again, this has it has one photo, which is pretty ridiculous, right? So it's got one photo, 1,200 reviews. Let's see how long it's been around. Wow, it's been all right. So it's been around for a while. So this is from the same brand. This is from the Outgrow. So I'm gonna look at their brand in a minute and kind of see what's happening. So I don't get this. Don't waste your money. So let's have a look. So I purchased this product. Disappointing. I mean, this is great, right? So there's got 2 terrible reviews up here at the top. Wow, a lot of terrible reviews. That's surprising. So I still kind of can't work out what exactly it is. So are these like grains? So this looks like grain, right? But it's not. I'm struggling to understand what this actually is. Where do you purchase the actual mushrooms to inject? Do some research. Okay. So it has to be something. This has to be kind of like psychedelic type stuff, right? Mushroom. Right. So these, I guess these are like the little. Are these like the little things that you put in there and then you sort of grow them from there? So the outgrow. So so I think this is for growing like magic mushrooms, right? Wow. So this looks like some pretty hardcore. Is it? So I don't know whether this is like grain and then you have some hay or something and then you put this here and then you. So these are white button mushrooms, I guess, that you would have in your omelette. But I don't think that's what kind of this brand is. This looks like. I mean, so this is pretty cool. I mean, you can sell this stuff on Amazon, obviously, as long as you're within the terms and conditions. So if we put outgrow mushroom. So if we put outgrow mushroom, we should be able to see kind of what this brand does. So they do these jars. Grow your own edible gourmet mushrooms. I reckon this is just what people call them. And it's so you must have these plugs, and then you put these plugs into the bags, and then you grow them. So this is pretty interesting. I think this is like such a cool little niche. So obviously, if you're going to look at something like this, you have to understand like the legal ramifications. It's a nice word. You have to understand the legal side of it, because you don't want to get shut down for selling something that is that you shouldn't be selling. But obviously it's like you can sell this stuff on here and you just don't say that it's for for growing magic mushrooms or whatever, because you can probably just use this for regular mushrooms or whatever. It isn't just that people do mainly use it for whatever. So I mean, this is interesting to me. So I want to take a look over on Alibaba and just kind of see what we get on Alibaba. So I'm just going to go to Alibaba and then I'm going to see mushroom grow bag and just kind of see what pops up. Because so even though this isn't like an absolutely huge niche, right? Like these guys are doing they're doing 15K here, 25K here. So that's what 40K. Pardon me. Then they got this one here, outgrow. So this is doing 36K. So across all of these listings, they're doing pretty well. That's 5K, 6K. It looks like they're probably maybe like a well-known brand within the community of people that take magic mushrooms. But let's have a look what we see. Do we see anything like this on here? To try and get like a rough price and see how much this is. So is this what this is? Yeah, look, so this has this little valve here on the front, which is the same as what we had on there. Man, this product is very interesting. So here, look, it looks like it has this little valve on the front. yeah, that's so cool. So I don't want to spend the entire video just looking at magic mushrooms, but this is pretty interesting to me. What I would want to be doing is I want to understand this niche. So this for me is like super interesting because it's so niche. The branding of of this company just sucks. Like, it's called Outgrow, which is a pretty cool name, but like, just look, they've got one photo on every single one of these listings, right? So they don't do it very well. So if we Google Outgrow mushroom bags, right? Let's just see if they must have their own. Okay, so manure-based all-in-one mushroom bag. So this is obviously a it might be like a well-known company within this niche, and they just happen to sell on Amazon. So they're probably quite well known. That's something that you obviously have to consider, but that doesn't mean that somebody else can't come in, because I mean, this just looks pretty simple, right? They're just bags with like little valves on the front. So they have all of this. So I would really want to be checking these guys out because their branding, I mean, their branding's quite cool here, but they just don't know what they're doing on Amazon at all. Like, they've obviously got all of this different stuff, but like, what a cool little niche this is. I mean, depending on your your opinion of like taking magic mushrooms and stuff, but this is cool. And like I said, I don't want to spend too long on this, but for me, this is like a perfect example of a very specific niche within a niche. So this is like grow bags, and then you've got like tomato grow bags, and then you've got magic mushroom grow bags. And yeah, man, this is pretty crazy. So I would genuinely go further down the rabbit hole on this. I would want to understand all of the legal ramifications. Like, maybe in the US, I don't know, you can obviously sell the things to grow it, and people go through the loopholes there. As long as you're aware of what the law is and all of that stuff, then there's no reason why you can't get into stuff like this. And what I love about this is these guys are just sort of secretly, well, not secretly, but sort of like quietly ticking over in like a bit of a weird niche. Maybe they have to get approval for this. You would have to go in and do all of these checks. But this for me is like super interesting, because if you can create an amazing brand around this. Like, if you imagine I'm like somebody that likes to take magic mushrooms, psychedelics, whatever it is, like, this brand doesn't really jump out to me. Like, there's so much that you could do with the branding for a product like this to just stand out way more than these guys are. So yeah, I would love to spend more time just looking at this one, but I don't think it would be particularly interesting for the video, and I think you want to see more examples. So I'll leave it at that. But if anybody wants to go down this this rabbit / mushroom hole, then go for it, and let me know if you figure anything out. But that's really cool. Anyway, so let's go back to Cerebro, and hopefully we find something that's equally as interesting. But yeah, that was cool. I might go and look at that again afterwards. Okay, so this is a pressure washer undercarriage cleaner with a 45-degree angle wand. I'm just going to take a look. Who knows what it is? Just a point as well on these last ones with these mushroom ones is one thing that you can do with Helium-10 is you can filter for listings that only have like one image like this, because this is like an amazing opportunity. If you can come in here and you can create a much better listing and sell the same product, you're going to stand out way better, against these guys, because their listing just sucks. Like, it's absolutely terrible. So yeah, that's just one thing to consider. That I wanted to just make a note of. All right, so this is what is this? This is a pressure washer undercarriage cleaner. Okay, so it's like you fit this to the end of a pressure washer, and then it goes. Let's watch. That's cool. I like that. That's very cool. So niche. Look at that, man. Yeah, if you live in rural Texas, right, you're gonna need something like this. How cool is that? All right, I like that. Again, it could be patented. That seems to me like something that might be patented, because it's a very sort of specific design. Let's have a look at the BSR. Let's check the demand. All right, so been around for a while. How much is it doing in revenue? So many weird products on Amazon that you had no idea existed, and you start doing research like this, and then you see them and you see the opportunity. Okay, I like it. It's not too high. It's a decent amount. So it's doing In December, it was doing like 20, 25 a day, which is a decent number. Not too great the rest of the year. A huge spike here. I'd imagine maybe here it had some sort of like external advertising. Looks like it used to do a bit better. So the demand isn't great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search this main keyword, and I'm going to see what other, basically what everyone else is doing. Because if there's only this one doing like 16K, I'm not that excited about it. All right, so there's quite a few. Looks like there's quite a few. Let's see if they're doing well. So I mean, this is like the first step, right? You need to know what you're looking at. You need to look at the niche, and you need to say like, is there demand across the niche? So like, if you come into it, is there going to be enough of the pie for you to sort of take? So I got rid of the sponsored reviews. Okay, so we've got this top one doing 25K, 16, 29, 22, 9, 12. All right, so there's not a crazy amount, but there's a decent spread. I like the price point. It's over $30. This could be a nice little product. This kind of thing, if you don't want to, if you don't have a massive budget and you want to come in and only sell maybe 200 to 300 units a month, this sort of niche is perfect for that, because nobody is doing crazy numbers. It's not like a super crazy niche in terms of demand. If you look at the reviews, like nobody has like 15,000 reviews. Let's also look, how long have they been around? So 2019, you can use this here, this creation date column, to see when so it doesn't always pull it in, but so they've been around a couple of years. So I want to look at this top one here, right? Because this one is also the most expensive. So this is $49.99, and I want to kind of just check out. I want to see what keywords are driving the demand, and then I also want to look at pricing and that sort of stuff on Alibaba. All right, so the listing quality is pretty good, right? This is one thing that I'm very keen on sort of understanding, is how good is the listing quality, because you need to think that you can come in and you can stand out against this guy, for example, who is the top seller. Otherwise, if you don't stand out visually and you don't offer anything different in terms of your listing, you're going to struggle. So this is a pretty good listing. It's obvious why this is like doing the best. It's got a decent amount of reviews. Out of interest, right, I want to just see how much these are going for on Alibaba, because as I said, I think that's quite an interesting niche for people that they don't have like a massive budget, but if you're pretty new to Amazon, it could be something that could fit your budget. So prices look a bit all over the place. Where was it? It was this one, right? So it was this one with the blue wheels, but this one is like $50, and then some of them are 30. So be interesting to see kind of what the difference is there in the price range. It looks like these are around, I mean, this one is 8. So the one with the orange wheels here, this one was like $20, right? And this is sometimes one of the things about it, right, is you will see something like this and they're selling that for $50 on Amazon. But then on here, it's like $18. So the issue with that is you're never going to make a good enough margin if that's what the price is. So what I would do is I would go in here and I would, like this one here, $8.50 to $10. So let's call that $10, right? If we go back to this one, what we can do, if we plug in, if we go into the profitability calculator here, and we give this, this is doing this silly thing now where it won't pull in the price and stuff. So $49.99, it should pull in the price here, but it doesn't. So $49.99, and then let's just say $10 here. Okay, so that's saying 200%. So this gives you a rough idea, right? If you were to get this for $10 and you were to ship it over, it's not, this profitability calculator is not 100% accurate, but if you were to sort of do this, that's probably what you'd be looking at. So obviously there's other things that you then need to consider, like how can you actually stand out with this? Can you beat these guys? Can you make a brand that's sexier, stands out, whatever it is? But I mean, if we went up to $15, what would it be? 115. So we would need to be getting this for probably around like $12 tops, I think, for this one. Now what I want to do is I would want to check out the reviews, right? So this has got 4.3 out of 5, meaning that it's okay, but there are some sort of people complaining about some stuff. So let's see what they complain about. So undercar sprayer, this spray is just not very good. In fact, it's much more hassle than it's worth. Okay, junk, had to clean through the nozzles, debris. All right, so it's not a good design, junk. So I'm gonna sort of leave this one here, but the reason that I wouldn't be too interested in this is mainly because if you look at how this is designed, this is obviously designed out of metal. It's quite a complex sort of product. So if you did want to come into this and you wanted to make some improvements, it would be pretty expensive. You'd also have to maybe have some sort of like engineering background, maybe, or know somebody that can kind of like test the product and then improve it, which would be really difficult and quite complex. So on the surface, I don't think this is an amazing opportunity because of those things. So I'm going to jump back. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but I guess it was kind of interesting. Hopefully it was. Stuff like this. I'm not. Sweet Dreams, Shush Crib Soother. Let's have a look at this. I thought this was like the sheep from Wallace and Gromit, so I didn't want to look at it. So I like the price point. Like, it's a little teddy thing, and it's $37.99. Pretty good listing so far. So what is it? So it makes, look at the little yawning baby. Okay, nice listing. Don't like that from the perspective of me trying to beat it, because this listing is good. That's a cute little baby. I see how much it's doing. So we've only got 500 reviews. What I'm thinking is straight away, like, does this have a patent? How long has it been around? How much profit is it doing? And then I'm going to check out the keywords, and I'm going to dive into like what keywords are driving. So this is doing 22K. I wonder if it had a big boost at Christmas or not. Not really. That's weird, isn't it? So it looks like it's like doing like 18 a day consistently throughout 2021. So what I want to do is I'm going to check out the keywords and see what keywords are driving those sales. No. Okay, so let's have a look. Organic rank 1. I'm going to go with 12 just to see what it ranks in the top 12 for, because that's usually where people get in their organic sales. And then I want to filter this by search volume. All right, so Shusher, baby sleep, baby Shusher suit smoother. This is people trying to get their little babies to go to bed. Big problem for parents, right? Like trying to get your babies to go to sleep. If you can help people solve that, that's pretty crazy. All right, here we go. So there's going to be loads of different dog Carmenade. That shouldn't be appearing. That their PPC is going a bit too wide. All right, so baby, the sleep miracle. So this is a bit crazy for me that this has got 13,000 reviews. Also in a niche like this, I mean, this is a bit. These guys are obviously bidding in their PPC for like Shusher or something like that. So it's appearing for baby Shusher, but I doubt it's like the same thing. Although I like that ad, that looks cool. Makes me want to click it. But let's see what the overall volume is. Whoa! All right, so that one's doing 388,000 sales. Sorry, in revenue. So then we got this one, baby Shusher, only doing 4.2. Yoga sleep, hush portable white noise. So this is a crazy niche with big demand. Look at this. What I kind of like about this is there's a lot of different types of products, right? And look at this one. So this one is a great price point, $44.95. 282 reviews, which means it's probably not been around for too long. The listing, oh man, the listing is weird. So I like that. Well, it's kind of scary. Looks a bit scary to me. I'm not a baby, but that is kind of scary. Hitler looking sort of baby there, but All right, that's a bit weird as well. So I don't like the listing. So straight away, I'm thinking I could beat this listing. I could definitely make a better listing than this. Like, this is cold. It's too cold. Like, I'm a parent. I want to see pink. I want to see bright. It's a bit weird. And I like the fact that it's doing 45K despite that. And it launched last year. It looks like it quickly went out of stock, came back in stock, went out of stock again. So there's big demand for this. So this is an interesting one for sure. So let's see. Let's have a look at the EBC, see what that's doing. Wow, terrible. What is that? That looks awful. Gemma Joy, what is this? I would be wanting to check out and see. So if this has a pattern, but so baby soothers looks like a huge niche that I didn't know existed. So here, if we just right click on this, this is going to take us through to the main category now, right? For these baby soothers. So we can see there's tons of products in here. And let's just see what the overall revenue is. But what I like, I mean, you can see this one here, right? This one is ranked 24th and it's only got 219 reviews. I'm not obsessed with reviews like a lot of people are, but what it indicates is that it's kind of a newer product, right? Which means it's somebody's come in here with a sort of newer product and done quite well. All right, so this isn't loading, but I'd assume like these things are doing a lot. So this one's only got 149. A lot of different designs in here, so a ton of there's a lot going on. Like trying to catch people's eyes here to click on the listing is probably going to be difficult because everybody kind of stands out. Don't know why this one it won't load the Cerebro, but let's go back to this one. So I like this, right? This is doing 45K. The listing isn't that great. It's only got 282 ratings. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to Alibaba. What was it called? Like a baby shusher. So what I'd be thinking here, right, is what's inside the baby shusher that actually makes the noise or whatever it is, and like, can you just take that and then add your own custom teddy around it or something like that? So, so this is baby the sound. So this is the one that kind of just looks like this, right? It's not designed. It's not designed sort of like a teddy bear or anything like that. You got these. There you go. That's that exact one from before. So it's $13. So let's go back to that listing, right? Where was it? No, that's the magic mushrooms again. So let's go back. I think it was here, wasn't it? So it's $13, right, on Alibaba. So I would never want to sell the exact same one, but just out of interest, if we put in the cost, so we're gonna have to put this price in again up here, $44.95. Let's put it was like $13.57, I think. That's 110, right? So we would need to be getting it at a better price than that, but it kind of gives us an idea of where we would be. I can't imagine these are very big and they're very light, so they wouldn't cost too much to ship, which is good. But let's just go back. So again here, I want to just be, you need to really spend some time now. So there's good demand. There's people in there that, they've not been around. They've not been around for a long time. Sorry, I'm just getting rid of these. And they're doing pretty well. So here, like this is ranked 15th and it's only got 6 reviews. This one's 700 reviews. So like I said, the reviews are not super like cut and dry, but it just gives you an indication of how old the listing is, which is a sign that if you came in with something, perhaps you could do quite well. So let's have a look. Is the listing good? Looks like a very typical sort of Chinese looking listing to me. Not amazing, not terrible. Some Photoshop in there probably. Let's have a look at Helium 10. Let's see how much it's doing. All right, so it's doing 18K. That's decent. And it only launched. So it looks like it only launched in November. Strangely, it didn't. Okay, so that's December. So it's probably done quite well because of Christmas. But it launched and it went very well, very quickly. And it's not even got that many great reviews. So it's got 6 reviews. It's doing nearly 20K. The price point's $20, which is a bit low. See, I mean, this is what I love, right? This is just This is just a Chinese company with Photoshop, like terrible branding. Does this look attractive as like a new mom? Like it just doesn't. It's Photoshop, Photoshop, Photoshop. I like this. I think this is a pretty good niche. Poor sound. Bought it for the shush feature. It's very tingy. Has no gusto. So the sound's not great. So there straight away is something that you could look to improve. So again, I'm gonna switch back. I'm gonna go look at something else. But I would go down the rabbit hole on this. I would find out, who's the avatar. The avatar buying this is new parents. They're trying to get their babies to sleep because they've not slept a wink since the little one was born. Figure that out. Figure out what the problem is, and then just try and figure out how you can do that better than the people that are sort of already doing it. What are these? What are the good things about all of these products? What are the bad things? Can you come in here with something different? Could you create one that's like a range of dinosaurs, for example? I don't think it would be difficult to get a new soft toy and then put inside the soft toy whatever this is. So this would be an interesting niche for me. What the problem is that people have when they're searching for this stuff. So again, I would go deeper. I would look on Alibaba. I would just try and brainstorm exactly what people are looking for and see if there's any gaps in this market. Is there any way that you can be creative and you can come in here, charge a higher price? Is there any obvious problems that need fixing? And that's the way I would approach it. But let's go back to Black Box, and I'm going to do one more product, and then I'm going to go because I'm probably boring you now. But let's see what's next. All right, I hate these. Insect repellent, stay away, don't like it. So this is again another one, a baby sleep aid. That's $49.99, 500 reviews. It's doing 15K, not huge, but so Goose. Okay, so this is a kettle. I'm not super interested in electrical stuff. You can, but I'm not interested in competing with, again, like big brands. Fishing reel. I don't fancy looking at that one. Bed bug killer. I'm just gonna move myself over here. Bed bug killer. Yeah. Don't like chemicals and all that sort of stuff. A lot of approval you need for it. Tote bags. Okay, what's this then? Yoga mat, tote bag, backpack. All right, yoga stuff is super saturated, but I want to have a look at it anyway because I like a challenge. All right, so it's a yoga mat backpack. So it's a backpack for people that like yoga. So you put your little yoga mat on there. Carries thick foam mat. All right, there she is having fun. Good listing, pretty good. I mean, this is grey, man. Add some color in there. I don't like that. It's very grey. I'm just going to move myself over here again. All right, so the listing's pretty good. It's got 385 reviews, so it's probably pretty new again. All right, so it's not actually new. It's just not really done very well over time, has it? It's kind of very inconsistent. All right, I don't like yoga stuff. I don't know why I looked at this. I'm not gonna lie. Yoga stuff is just so saturated. It's difficult to stand out. Flashlight kit, spotting scope. If you want to spy on your neighbors, I'll do. Look at birds and stuff. Pressure washer gun, heart rate monitor. Nope. What is this? Rustic wooden base. Let's have a look. I want to finish this on a high. So let's hope this one's a good one. So this is a glass. It's one of those. I don't know how you pronounce that. Cloche. And then you can put these like little lights in there. Okay, so it's decorative. So you can put flowers. Oh, I like that. Look how expensive that is. $40 for this. It's just glass and like wood. All right, that's cool. What I like about it is the listing's not great. You could definitely do a better job of the listing. There's no video, so it looks like a decorative piece, right? That you put on like a tabletop. Like that's just Photoshop. I like that because that means you can do better. All right, 12K. Let's have a look. Is it okay? So it spikes at Christmas. The rest of the time, it's only doing like 4 a day. So it looks like it's doing 12K, but that's because. So clear glass dome cost. So I want to search this. I think this is probably the main keyword. And then I'm going to end the video. Game over. All right, so first impressions are that I kind of think, is there a way to stand out with something like this? I'm not really sure. I'm not loving these BSRs that I'm seeing. It means some of these guys are not doing great in terms of revenue, but let's have a look what this says. Okay, so this is doing 15K, 3, 6. All right, so the demand just isn't that great. The demand's not that great. Right, I'm going to quickly go back. Let's finish on a decent one that I can look at, because that was rubbish. Ultimate barbecue grill light, flexible gooseneck. All right, how much is it doing? It's doing 30K. It's got 400 reviews. Let's have a look. It's a light. People will tell you to stay away from electrics, but don't listen to them, because you can do it. You just need to get the certificates. You need to get everything sorted out from your factory. Sometimes that's good. All right. Oh, look at this. Terrible Photoshop. So it's when you're barbecuing late at night, you know, you're having a beer, but it's gone dark. What are these photos? What is that? That's just terrible. This is crazy how these people are doing so much money. Look at it. All right, let's have a look. Is it patented? No mention of a patent. That's obviously not how you check for a patent, but that's just a quick to see if it says it on the listing. All right, so super inconsistent sales over time. All right, so I want to find barbecue grill light. I want to see the overall demand for these. So I like that listing because it's really bad. So you could definitely make something better to compete with them. All right, so there's some more established ones here. Oh, look at these little ones. They go on. They look like little that little Wally thing, doesn't it? Remember Wally? That's what it looks like. Revenue 103. Wow. Okay, so there's some big demand. Is that the top one? So this guy, 2,500 reviews, is doing $100,000. I bet this is a big Christmas peak, isn't it? People buying this for their dads and stuff. So this is basically a light that you stick on the side of a barbecue, I guess, when it's getting dark, or on a desk. Look, so it's not just for barbecues. So we'd have to have a look at the keywords here and see, you know, are people just looking for barbecues, or are they looking for other stuff? And what's like the main sort of search demand? Oh, look at that. Jesus, that's a huge demand over Christmas. 500 a day. And then the rest of the time, it does like 7 a day, which not a great sign. Super seasonal. That's kind of ruined it for me, because I really wanted that one to be a good one that I could look at. All right, well, I think I'm going to leave it there, because this one is obviously super seasonal. Which, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. You can sort of try and do that and time the market a little bit, but we would recommend that you don't, because, you know, if you're only really selling at Christmas, then what do you do for the rest of the time? But yeah, that's a live video. That's kind of the thought process that we go through. I think there were some interesting ones in there. The mushroom bags I really liked. I liked the baby shush thing. I didn't go through all of the steps and dive super deep, but that's how we would do it. So quickly do your research like that. Add all of these things to a spreadsheet, then dive a bit deeper. You know, speak to suppliers, and you see there's hundreds of thousands of opportunities to find products to sell. There's so much demand for random stuff. You've just got to think about it in a little bit of a different way. You've got to come in with a creative spin and stand out. Just standing out is the main thing. Let me know what you thought of the video. If you enjoyed it, I can do more of these. I quite enjoy doing these live ones because it's good practice for me with finding new products and stuff. And like and subscribe, all of that jazz, and I'll see you in the next one.